Hey guys, it's Ellen and welcome to my garden. I'm here to give you a garden tour of our whole garden. Now, I really should have done this in July. It is now August when I'm filming this, and the reason I should have filmed it in July is because I have already taken some things out that have gone to seed, that have bolted, and I will tell you guys that here in a minute what things I've already taken out, but it's better late than never, right? I just wanted to show you guys our garden, and then also selfishly I'm excited for this video because I can look back at our garden from previous years and see what crops need rotated, where we had things previously, and also just how our garden is growing over the years, because every year our garden is expanding. So it's cool to just look back and see on your previous gardens. So let's get into the tour. So we'll start here in our in-ground garden. Now this is what has expanded this season. Where the corn is an expansion of our in-ground garden. My husband did that without me knowing, but I'm honestly so glad that he did, because we needed the extra space with the pumpkins that we have in here. They have taken over everything, and we did not put weed barrier down in our in-ground garden, which was a huge mistake. It has just been impossible to keep up with, and it's not really even weeds that are growing, it's more so just grass. So let me give you a closer look at what we have in here. So for our in-ground garden, it started off as 3 dahlias planted along this side, but those died for whatever reason. If you have any dahlia planting tips, let me know. And we ended up just taking the lawnmower in here and mowing the grass, and the dahlias went with it. So that's happened. They are just non-existent anymore. And this is basically a pumpkin patch. As you can see, the pumpkins have taken over everything. We still have some onions doing good in here. One tip with onions that I learned is if you try to keep the soil away from the bulb, exposing the bulb, they'll get bigger. And it has worked so far for the ones that I have tried to keep up with that. So we'll see if these get any bigger, and these will probably be ready to be harvested soon. I have already harvested a pumpkin and made some pumpkin puree, and that's going in the freeze dryer right now, and I have my work cut out for me because we have a lot of pumpkins. I just noticed this on this pumpkin vine, but I don't know what these are. Maybe these are squash beetles. It looks like they're just taking over everything. That's kind of gross. I'm not even gonna worry about pest control though, because these are just, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. And then next to the corn, we have 3 zucchini plants that have done really well. They've given us a lot of zucchini, and it looks like I have one in there for me to harvest now. And then we have the corn. We planted the corn from seed. And to be honest with you, we did not plant enough corn. We are only going to get like 13 ears of corn, and we'll have to harvest this soon. And I'm probably going to can the corn. I know a lot of people freeze corn to preserve it, but I just want to can it. So that is all for the in-ground garden: corn, zucchini, pumpkin, and onions. Moving on to the raised bed portion of our garden, we have 3 raised beds, and next year we are going to add a 4th. We already decided that we're doing that. And this raised bed here is all peppers. We have all different kinds of peppers. This one I'm not really sure what kind it is. I always forget to label them. Okay. Nope. And we have Miss Mariella joining us because she is just so attached to me lately, and she wants my microphone. You can't have this. Do you think it's a toy or something to eat? So we have green bell peppers and banana peppers, poblano. I always have a hard time saying that. And jalapeno peppers. Anything else? I think that's it for peppers. I planted a few marigolds in here, and like I said, I don't know what that kind is. I really need to label my peppers. But let me show you how good these are doing. We fertilized with cow manure this year, and it has made everything so incredibly happy and do so well. These are the ones I'm really unsure of the name. They're starting to turn orange. There you can see it's like half green, half orange. So they're very mild. I accidentally harvested one and ate one when they're green because I didn't know that they were going to turn orange. And they're pretty mild. They're not spicy, or they're not sweet. They almost taste like a bell pepper. Here is our green peppers. I harvested a few of the big ones this morning. So these ones aren't super large yet. But the ones I harvested were ginormous. Here we have a random volunteer tomato plant that I didn't pull out, which I probably should because it's actually getting really big and I don't want it to take over. These are sweet banana peppers. This one is ready to come off. The poblanos here, I've made enchilada sauce with that, with some chicken enchiladas. It was amazing. I've already made jalapeno poppers with the jalapenos, and I think we're gonna do them again because that is just one of our favorite snacks. It's such a jungle in here. It's kind of hard to show you the peppers. And our tomato bed. I am standing next to one to show you that it's taller than me. I was so slack with pruning these. That is why they are wild. If I would have pruned, it would have been more manageable. I mean, I still can prune, which I probably am going to do that here soon, but we have gotten so many tomatoes already. We planted mostly paste variety tomatoes, and we have gotten 6 gallons so far, I think I have in the freezer. So they are just ripening like crazy, and I am gonna have my work cut out for me when it comes to canning tomato sauce. But I'm really happy about it because that is just one of the things that I want to not have to buy from the store is tomato sauce. I'm out here harvesting tomatoes every single day just to keep on top of it. And I also want to keep the weight off of the vines so they don't break and fall over. So harvesting tomatoes frequently helps with that too. I try to harvest tomatoes when they just start blushing, like that one there, and then they ripen up off the vine, and that takes that weight off of the vine. I have some basil hidden in there that has flowered and I didn't really harvest much off that basil. This is, I think, a beefsteak tomato. I think we planted only one of those, but those have done really well, and I made some salsa out of it the other day. They are very good. I really should have waited for the sun to go down before I filmed this video because it is about 90 degrees out here and I am sweating. But I always plant marigolds in with the tomatoes to keep pests away, and it always seems to help. I believe there are 6 tomato plants shoved into this tiny little raised bed, so maybe next year we'll do less. This is our last raised bed. I have cucumbers on the end climbing up this trellis. These have done really well and they're still producing. It looks like I have one there to harvest, but I like to do that in the early morning because that's when cucumbers, something with the water content in them, it's best to harvest them in the morning before it warms up. So I'll do that tomorrow morning. And we have green beans, which we harvested like a few weeks ago. It's definitely in July. I canned them. I just canned regular green beans, and then I also made dilly beans, which is like a pickled green bean. So those are already preserved. They're kind of dying at this point. This whole bed is, well, not the whole bed, but a lot of this bed is a goner. On the end there where there is no plants, that is where we had our lettuce. It went to seed and bolted, so I ripped all of it out and now there's just nothing there. I could plant more lettuce if I wanted right now because those do do well in cold weather, or I could do kale, another cold weather crop, or anything else, but there's not that much soil left. It's almost down to the ground, so that's why I'm not going to plant any, and I don't want to go buy soil. And I planted all my herbs in this bed too. This bed was super crowded. We have basil, parsley, rosemary, sage. There was some thyme in there, but it got swallowed by the basil. And then I had dill. All the herbs did pretty well besides the thyme. Oh, and I also planted oregano, which that did not grow. I don't think it had enough sunlight, to be honest. And yeah, this bed was just too crowded, which is hence why we're doing a 4th raised bed next year. So that'll give us some more space for these things that I like to grow in raised beds. But I think next year I'm gonna do the green beans in the in-ground garden in rows. That way it's just easier to harvest. And yeah, and I might do pole green beans too, because these ones are bush green beans, which are fine. The pole green beans could climb up the corn. We could plant them right next to it. So we're gonna do something different for the green beans. Now, this is just our random miscellaneous part of the garden. We have 3 grow bags that are growing potatoes. You guys saw me plant these in an earlier video that I did. And so far, I think they're doing okay. They'll be ready to harvest once these green tops go brown and die, but they haven't yet. So I guess they're still growing in there, which that gives me hope. I think that's a good sign. And in that large pot, I planted a variety of flowers, but the marigolds just took over everything. Everything else died, but it's okay. The marigolds. My camera is getting overheated in the sun, so I put it in the shade. Hopefully it's okay now, and I'm almost done, so I'll give my camera a break. But right here, we cut down this tree, and my husband rototilled around it because we are gonna plant raspberries here, and hopefully they do good. That is the plan for this area. We haven't done that yet, but that is pretty much it for my garden tour. Our goal is always to be self-sufficient, plant all the vegetables that we need to eat for an entire year. We aren't quite there yet, but like I said, every year we are expanding, growing, preserving even more food, and we got a freeze dryer, so the preserving possibilities are endless now. That thing has been going nonstop. So hopefully I can do some videos on freeze drying in the future. But Mariella is ready to go in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and leave me a comment down below and let me know what you grow in your garden, or just say hey, and please give this video a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in my next video. No eating grass, okay?